You took over a big part of the old Naval Training Center and remodeled that big thing, and you filled it.
We got building 94. It was an old school. It was 244,000 square feet at the time, 444 feet long, 45 feet high. Actually, the size of Noah's Ark, if you believe it or not.
Wow! Now there's an interesting coincidence.
It is the size of Noah's Ark, and we've been in there about 6 years now. It'll be 6 years in August.
And I tell you what, it has absolutely exploded, and people just love this church, and they love your preaching. You've got a book out, Do Something, Make Your Life Count. What a great message.
Got a book, Do Something. And my new book, which is out now, you get it on Amazon, it's called God in the Mirror.
God in the Mirror.
And God made us in His image, so when He looked at us, it'd be like He was looking in the mirror. And we'll talk more about that when I come back next month.
Wait, okay, that's a deal.
That's right.
I wanted to, do we have pictures of the Rock Church? I don't know whether we have those or not, but we wanted to talk a little bit about the church as well. What kind of, what kind of things are going on there at that church? Now, you have services and you have the preaching, right, but you've got a lot of other programs.
Yeah, Sunday we have 5 services, 3 in the morning and 2 at night. But what the real power and influence are the people in the church who volunteer in the community. So we have about 125 volunteer-led ministries, in addition to the ones that are run by the staff. And these volunteer-led ministries are out in the street, dealing with human trafficking, elderly, homelessness, etc. And they're just serving the people in the community. Last year we gave about $4 million of volunteer service to our mayor, the last 2 years in a row. And this.
What kind of volunteer service?
Oh, cleaning up parks.
Really?
Painting graffiti, cleaning up trash, serving the elderly, serving, ministering to prostitutes on the street. And each principality here in the county has certain volunteer services that they have that are looking to be filled. And so we filled a lot of those.
That's just thrilling to find out. In fact, some of this has come on the show before. We had little pieces of what you're talking about coming on the show and talking about events they're having. You also have a thrift shop.
We have a thrift store on Sports Arena Boulevard, right across the street from Chuck E. Cheese, and it's open 7 days a week, I believe, 7 days a week. And we use the thrift store not only to sell things donated to the church, but we have given vouchers to the police, the firefighters, and paramedics, and they are able to give those vouchers to people they see in need, and they can come by and get stuff for free. So I think last year we gave $100,000 worth of goods away to people who the police referred to us.
This is a church in action. What I'm getting from this is
we gotta do something.
Got to do something and make the community better. Now, a lot of people, religious people, will tell me, well, no, you're not going to be saved by good works. And I said, yeah, saved or not, good works express who we are.
Well, the greatest commandment is to love somebody. And loving somebody isn't necessarily preaching the gospel to them. It's meeting their needs. So if they're hungry, give them some food. If they're naked, give them some clothes. And that's what we're going to be doing this Friday at the Park at Petco for our Good Friday service. We're going to have a service at 12 o'clock. But before and after the service, we're going to be collecting clothes and food. We want to collect 2,000 pounds of food, which is our goal. Clothes and toiletries for people who are in need. And so we want to invite people, especially if they're downtown, to just come out of work for lunch, come on down to the park. In the park, we're going to have a 1-hour service. And we're also going to have a blood drive. They can give us some blood to the Kaiser Blood Bank. And part of the offering that we take is going to go to the Monarch School that teaches homeless kids downtown.
It sure does. Now here's a screen we've got for Good Friday at Petco Park, the Park at the Park, and people know where that is. Let's show that screen again. I'm sorry. There it is, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., 10 to noon, family activities. If we could show that again, please. Why did that go away when I'm trying to talk about it? Can we bring that back? Come on now. There we go.
There we go.
And noon to 1, you're going to be talking.
That's the service. I'll talk for half an hour, have music, and then I'll speak. That's correct.
This is the most solemn day in the Christian calendar coming up on Friday.
It's the most solemn weekend. So Jesus died on Friday. We celebrate that. But on Sunday, which is the big Super Bowl, World Series, World Cup, all wrapped up in one,
right,
He rose from the dead. And that's when, we're all going to die. But to rise from the dead in 3 days when He said He would, He basically said, listen, all the other religious leaders you knew about, none were like me. I'm setting myself apart by rising from the dead. Because if Jesus is still...
Had He not done that, there wouldn't have been any Christianity.
There's no Bible. There's no reason to go to church.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go to church. And if anyone wants to disprove Christianity, they just got to find the body. And they've been looking for 2,000 years. The tomb is empty. It was a very small town, Jerusalem. It wasn't hard. Everyone knew where He was buried. You know, Pilate put the soldiers in front of the tomb. It wasn't a mystery.
The Romans put out a spin on this, you know. They said that somebody stole that body.
Well, the reason, well, that's what the Jews were told to say, because they put their Navy SEALs in front of the tomb.
Yeah.
So who's going to steal the body when you have the Navy SEALs guarding the tomb?
The
right?
centurion or whatever. The Roman soldier.
Right, and those are the most advanced fighting men of their time. So if you have Navy SEAls or paratroopers standing in front of the tomb, nobody's getting in there. But he rose, walked around for 40 days and showed himself to people. So it wasn't like...
To a lot of people.
To a lot of people, and then he ascended into heaven. So because that's true, that validates everything else he said. And if he made a promise to forgive you, to bless you, to get you through your trials, if he can rise from the dead, he can help you out. So that's somebody we need to trust.
Miles McPherson. Now, we've got a website I want people to know about that you are doing in terms of getting to, there it is, sdrock.com. Why did you choose the word rock for Rock Church?
You know, it's a long story.
On this rock I built my church, is that it?
There's a lot of rocks in the Bible.
Yeah.
David killed Goliath with a rock.
That's
There's a lot of rock, but it is a long story. But rocks are immovable, secure, solid objects, and Jesus is the rock of our salvation. He does not move. He is 100% dependable.